So Trump is now finally giving a definitive date. Have we heard anything from the China side? Just how excited can we be about this?
We have not heard from Beijing yet, confirming that date. I think if President Trump is speaking publicly about a time and place for a signing, I think it's pretty reliable, although it's not 100% until we hear from the Chinese. That being said, I don't think it makes phase two of a deal any easier, of course. It does sort of put a floor on the relationship, how bad things could get. I think from this point, you would imagine no more escalation in terms of tariffs.
Right, there seems to be a lot of skepticism in terms of phase two. Now, we also saw the PBOC come out with that triple R cut, 50 basis points. That was expected, right?
The premier had telegraphed that a couple of weeks ago. We are at 13% reserve requirements for big banks, 11% for small banks. So there's still a lot of room there for easing if the government wanted to do that. The government has sort of communicated that they would like more lending to go to smaller banks. To smaller enterprises, smaller companies. I think this cut is really interesting in the sense that China also just abandoned the benchmark interest rate. So we could see this sort of filter through in terms of lower borrowing costs for companies in general.